Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I don't know about you guys, but I am not in XRP. I haven't been holding XRP for over 6 years for just a 10x increase. Mind you, that would put us around $5 at the current price level, hovering around 50 cents, a little higher than that, right? And fine, I've said publicly, yeah, I'll start scaling out. But I'm in terms of the bigger chunks I'm going to sell, I'm definitely expecting a higher price if I'm going to get what I want. And for me, it's going to be a lower price point than perhaps a lot of people. I hope to be finished scaling out by about $8. But I just think that people aren't thinking big enough. Like, honestly, I just got to ask you guys. You guys tell me in the comment section, am I missing the mark here? Because a 10x from this level, I just don't think that that's thinking big enough. I mean, if we're talking about Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high, and you're seeing altcoins follow, I don't know why XRP wouldn't. It's one of the most successful adopted cryptocurrencies in history and has been around for over a decade. I mean, what would you expect? And mind you, I'm not making a price prediction, but wouldn't you expect it to be like more like a, from the current price level, more like a 20 or a 30x? Wouldn't that be more reasonable? You know, like $10 or $15 for the high? Well, I certainly hope so, even though admittedly, yeah, I'm going to be out before that. But the only reason I'm going to be out before that is because I got completely crazy a few years ago with the quantity of XRP I was purchasing, which made my exit targets lower. That's the only reason. My exit targets used to be a lot higher than what they are right now, but I took a greater risk up front buying more XRP so that I could hit the dollar figure that I want by reducing my risk at a lower price point. So that's all that is. But still, in terms of what's plausible, if you're talking about 10x increase, to me, it just doesn't seem big enough. Now, there's this article from Coinpedia titled Ripple News. Here's when XRP price might see 10x rally. And they're covering perspective from an individual who gives 5 reasons that he thinks that XRP is going to go 10x. Like, that's some sort of incredible thing. I mean, yes, I'll be happy to see it. Don't get me wrong. I'll be flipping my lid. But if we're saying, like, that's it? Like, that's all we should hope for? I think that a lot of people would be disappointed if that's all that happened, just to be real with you. But he gave 5 reasons, and I'll just tell you this at the outset. I disagree with 4 out of 5. So I just want to run through this. And so, look, and this is not to attack the individual, but, this is coming from the second largest cryptocurrency YouTube channel in existence. And so I think that we should be able to challenge one another's ideas without making personal attacks. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to challenge ideas because I do have a different perspective. I just think the analysis is missing the mark. And I want to talk about it. That's what my channel is all about. Just talking about XRP related stuff and crypto related things. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so let's jump into this piece here. And you guys tell me if you think I'm missing the mark here, or if you think that this analysis makes sense. That's fine. We're all entitled to our own perspective. But I was left scratching my head wondering how anyone could believe this. And again, this is coming from the second largest YouTube channel in terms of subscriber count, Discover Crypto. Now, I don't know how many people are familiar with Discover Crypto, but are you familiar with BitBoy Crypto? Remember the BitBoy Crypto YouTube channel? Well, not to get into the specifics, you may have heard about the falling out right now between Ben and his team over there. And so the BitBoy Crypto YouTube channel was rebranded as Discover Crypto. So they kept that YouTube channel with over 1.4 million subscribers. And then BitBoy Crypto, his real name Ben Armstrong, of course, he started a new YouTube channel, and he's been growing very quickly. Discover Crypto, I think they might be having a little bit of trouble in terms of getting views and such, because let's be real, like Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto, like that's the reason people were going to the channel. And so without him, it's not surprising that the audience kind of moved to his new channel. That looks to be what's happened here. But in terms of what they're saying about XRP, I don't think that this is going to be helping them any, frankly. So the piece reads as follows. In a recent video, altcoin analyst Joe Perry's from Discover Crypto shared insights into why XRP could experience a substantial surge, potentially reaching a 10x increase in value. Perry's outlined 5 key reasons supporting his optimistic outlook for Ripple's XRP. How is it that in 2024 there's a single crypto media outlet that says Ripple's XRP when they're not referencing that XRP which Ripple holds? Because then you could do it if you're talking about, yeah, Ripple, it's Ripple's XRP, that the escrow they hold or something. Okay. You're just talking about XRP as though the entirety of it, the concept, it's Ripple. How is it? It's 2024, bitch. Like, it was more easily forgivable in 2017 and 2018, but not so much now. Really grinds my gears, folks. Anyway, peace continues. The first reason highlighted by Peres is the resolution of the SEC settlement, referring to it as a black cloud that, once dissolved, could eliminate uncertainty and drive positive price movement for XRP. He believes that even if the settlement terms are higher than expected, the market dislikes uncertainty, making any resolution a positive development. And so I'm sitting here wondering, as I'm looking at this analysis and understanding that this is in terms of subscriber count, the second largest crypto YouTube channel on the planet, I'm wondering if they're aware that XRP has legal clarity, because that came down July 13th last year, now known as XRP Victory Day, which is fantastic. It's my favorite day of the whole year now. We're going to celebrate it every year. It beats out Christmas. Before it was Christmas. Now it's XRP Victory Day. It's my favorite day of the year. We're going to celebrate. There's going to be fireworks and everything. It's going to be fantastic. But the fact of the matter is that is done. Whatever happens with Ripple on the small portion of the lawsuit where they lost on the institutional side, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter, because that impacts us, you and me, us XRP holders, 0%. It doesn't matter what the dollar figure is. It's not going to change the fact that XRP has legal clarity right now. Period. Full stop. So even if there's a huge payout, like say Ripple just really gets raked over the coals in terms of what they have to pay out, worst case scenario in terms of dollar payout, is the market going to care? Is anyone even going to pay attention? Like, I'll talk about it because, I mean, we're interested in it. But is the market going to care in terms of what speculators are doing? I can't imagine that. And even if the price goes up a little bit, if the dollar figure is low on the news, which I'm not counting on, but even if it does, it'll just whip back into place. I mean, hell, we got legal clarity for XRP and the market cared for about 4 hours. Like it didn't last very long. Then went back into play. Well, a little bit higher, But I can't imagine anybody gives a damn, because it's not going to impact their holding. So I don't know where that analysis is coming from. And then the next one's even more peculiar. Piece reads as follows. And I did, by the way, I watched the video myself to make sure that Coinpedia wasn't misrepresenting what was stated, because they're covering an actual video on the Discover Crypto YouTube channel. I read this article. I was like, there's no way. And then I watched the video. I was like, wow, he did say that. Anyway, piece continues. The second reason revolves around the potential IPO of Ripple. Perry suggests that legal clarity from an IPO could encourage exchanges to relist XRP, instilling positive sentiment and signaling a regulatory path for the cryptocurrency. Okay, folks, this one really had me scratching my head. First of all, let's tackle the easy one. Well, I guess the whole thing's easy. But in terms of the Ripple IPO, again, if Ripple IPOs, is the market going to give a damn? I highly doubt it. I mean, in theory, maybe you get some sort of small pump, this or that, but look, historically, outside of what happened with the SEC, anytime Ripple's reported good news, the market hasn't moved. In fact, some people have been quite frustrated over the years by that. I've covered it on my channel many, many times. But I'm like, folks, Ripple is not XRP and XRP is not Ripple. You should not be surprised about these things. But he thinks that the IPO is going to be moving XRP, and it's one of the things that's going to result in a 10x for XRP. I don't agree. You know what's going to cause XRP to go 10x, and I think ultimately higher, even though I'm not going to make a price prediction because I don't know for sure. I could be wrong. Maybe it doesn't even hit 10x. Maybe it goes to 0. I could be way off. Fine. But the truth of the matter is, it has actual utility. It has adoption. It's been around for over a decade. It's tried and true, and the market moves in tandem. So if the market's going to have a blow off top, XRP is going to have a part of it. To me, it's that simple. It is that simple. So the more ridiculous part, though, in what he said here is, if there's an IPO, that could encourage exchanges to relist XRP. And so I'm sitting there, who didn't relist XRP? I was like, are there a bunch of exchanges? And like, I just don't know. Was I just under this impression that pretty much every exchange relisted XRP because the major ones did? Like, Kraken and Crypto.com and Coinbase and Binance US. Was I being tricked? Was I hoodwinked? And most of them didn't relist XRP and I didn't realize it? And I was like, that sounds hard to believe, but I wanted to be sure. So I put out a post on social media platform X. And I wrote, are there any exchanges remaining that delisted or suspended trading of XRP after the SEC sued Ripple, which have not yet resumed trading of XRP? And the only response that I got to the affirmative was yes, from XRP community member Pompous Maxi, and I appreciate him sharing this with me because I didn't realize this. eToro. eToro did suspend trading. Here you can see December 31st, 2020, suspended XRP trading in the United States, and I verified they have not relisted it, and I didn't know that. Also true, though, as Pompous Maxi says, he says, yes, eToro, but who the hell uses them anymore? And I was like, yeah, that's kind of a good point, because I didn't know. I haven't seen anybody mention that even. I guess nobody gives a damn, because who's using them in the United States? I don't think that many people, so maybe that's... But it is weird that they haven't relisted. I don't know why. But nobody else that responded had another exchange that hasn't. So if there is another, okay, but I cannot imagine. It's like, even if eToro, the only one that didn't relist it yet, and if there are others, fine. If they do that, what kind of volume are we talking about here? The largest exchanges on the planet that had delisted, they relisted it. That's where all the volume is for XRP anyway. So first of all, an IPO wouldn't trigger that because Ripple is not XRP and XRP is not Ripple, so that's bad analysis for that reason. It also doesn't make sense because XRP was already relisted. This is real, and I was just really surprised by this. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, piece continues. Crypto legislation emerges as the third factor, with Perry's highlighting that legal clarity in the industry, whether through congressional act or a presidential decree, could propel XRP to outperform other coins. So, look, as far as legal clarity specifically for XRP, that's the one thing where I could agree that makes sense, because we already saw what happened when XRP was shackled, when it was being attacked by the SEC. We saw what happened during the last bull phase. Yes, XRP moved in tandem. There was that correlation with the rest of the market, but it didn't hit a new all-time high because people were afraid. And so I do agree with that, but that's the one thing where I agree here. But beyond that, I don't think the rest of this makes sense. Number 4, the fourth reason focuses on institutional adoption. Perry's anticipates that as Bitcoin ETFs gain mainstream acceptance, investors may diversify their portfolios by adding XRP, leading to increased adoption by family offices and retirement accounts. Well, folks, there's not an XRP ETF and there won't be anytime soon. So outside of that, if you're talking about institutional adoption, I don't think that's the primary driver at this point, and it won't be for this market cycle. It's regular speculators, regular people like you and me driving this. And I'm not saying there's no institutional pull, and there are whales, of course there are, but what's really driving this whole thing? Well, I've seen too many cycles to prove the point that it has been, and for this cycle I believe will be, regular people. It's speculators that are doing the whole speculation thing. That's it. There isn't sufficient proof to the opposite or to the alternative. It just isn't. It's true, and the same is true for Bitcoin, ETH, Picket. It's for the entire asset class. That hasn't changed. There's not enough meaningful adoption in that way. We that's one of the cool things. Like, we were here before the institutions. That's kind of the point, and that's where we are now. We're still ahead of pretty much all of the institutions. So I disagree with that as well. Piece continues. The fifth and final factor discussed by Perry's is the upcoming Bitcoin halving schedule, which he believes could trigger a broader crypto market rally. In this scenario, XRP priced around 50 cents might be perceived as a lucrative opportunity. And again, this makes no sense. And you know, the blockchain backer's done a good job on his channel at times. I've witnessed myself highlighting how it actually doesn't line up in terms of the price movements. But even setting that aside, almost all Bitcoin is already in existence. This Bitcoin halving narrative is bogus nonsense BS. I don't know why he's buying it. This is like the strangest analysis for why XRP would go up X amount. In this case, he says 10x. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, I think XRP can go way higher than 10x. I think that's a possibility. I mean, I'm holding XRP because I'm hoping that ends up happening, you know. But for these reasons, none of this makes sense. None of this makes any sense except for the legal aspect, because XRP, again, we're clearly hampered, to put it lightly, last cycle. Not exactly a problem now. You guys let me know what you think. I just wanted to share some thoughts on this because I was surprised to see this. I was like, this is this is not a particularly great analysis. So I just respectfully disagree with the ideas in here, other than the one that I cited. You guys let me know what you think, though. And how high do you think XRP is going to go, right? I mean, 20 or 30x, wouldn't that be more realistic if Bitcoin's going to go at least? I mean, if Bitcoin doesn't, then I'm not optimistic XRP is going to hit a new high this cycle. But if Bitcoin does, I don't think the guy's thinking big enough. Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.